Well, you know, in previous videos, I've been talking about starting my big hounds on rabbits and how I like to get them started that way and where I get them started. In fact, I get them started at Bill Dube's pen. What I'd like to do today is I'd like to do a little interview with Bill and talk about some of the things that got him started in beagling and how he's evolved to have that pen the way he does now. Hey, good morning, Bill. How you doing today?
Good so far.
Yeah, and it's Bill Dube, and Bill is the rabbit man. This video is going to be geared more to rabbit hunters and beaglers than it is to the big hounds. And the master of that is Bill Dube, who's been at this a long time. So we're going to chat with him a little bit. Bill, what got you started in the rabbit business here, into the Beagles?
Well, my father, I had him when I was growing up. I've had Beagle ever since I was 10 years old. We had several of them. Used to field trial, rabbit hunt, and then it was in my blood, and I just kept it going and going and going. I've had one since I was 10 years old, over 50 years.
So you've been doing this all your life, basically?
Yeah, all my life, yeah.
And you've refined it down here to quite a deal here with this pen. Tell us a little bit about your pen.
Well, I bought 40 acres in 2006 and fenced it in. It took me 4 years to fence it in. Had some help. What a process. It took me, like I say, 4 years. And I trapped some hair, put in here, and had a few bugs I got out of it, problems, but everything's going good now.
Hey, Bill.
This is one of my feeders. I got 7 feeders in here. Right now I'm going through 100 pounds of rabbit pellets a week. Matter of fact, it's empty, and I just filled it a couple days ago, so I gotta fill it back up again.
Wow. How many rabbits do you think you got in here?
I don't know. I've put 28 in here since January.
Wow.
I'm hoping they'll have some young here pretty soon. I haven't seen any young yet.
Yeah, so it's pretty good chance somebody goes in here, they're going to start a rabbit.
Oh yeah, within minutes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I found that to be true too. Of course, you know, for years now I've been starting my big dogs in here, my puppies, and you know what kind of success we've had. They've all made good cat and bear dogs over the years.
Oh yeah.
So
it's a good start for them.
It's a good spot. They get a good chance to see a rabbit on the puppy pen, and they got a good chance here in this big pen to run scent. And that's pretty exciting right there. Of course, your beagles, you keep them in here pretty much all the time, and
yeah, just about every day.
Just about every day you run some of them, different ones.
Yes.
And yeah, gee, that's fantastic. And how many feeders you say you had, Bill?
7.
7. So somebody got here early in the morning and you hit some of these feeders, they're going to find themselves a rabbit, aren't they?
Yes.
All right. What's going on over here, Bill?
Well, right in this spot behind you is pretty much natural habitat for baby hare. So I built a sanctuary so the mother hares can go in here, have their young, and won't be disturbed by the dogs. Every one of these cement blocks has got a hole in them.
Let me get a shot of
the
that.
hare can go in and out, and the dogs can't get at them.
Oh, there's a hole right in the fence.
Right here.
I gotcha. So the rabbit can scoot right in there, but the dogs can't.
Exactly.
Perfect. So if the rabbit gets stressed or tired or looking to get some cover, he can go right in this little area right here.
Yeah.
Which is probably about an acre or so.
Well, not quite, but.
And
what's good
plenty
is
of
the southern exposure. It gets the sun a lot. And that's what the hare need is it to be dry. They can't take anything wet. And normally they're born in the spring. It's always wet. And this here is nice and dry, so they have their young in there and nothing bothers them.
What a great idea! That's a good job. That gives them protection and it gives them an opportunity to have their young without being bothered by the beagles. And all they got to do is go in the enclosure and away you go.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, Bill. And you put this up just recently, didn't you?
Yeah, matter of fact, it isn't quite done yet. I got to finish the gate up there, and just did it this spring. Yes.
Nice. Yeah, you seem to always be working at it. You're always doing something. What's your latest project?
Right now, I'm putting up a hot wire, solar fence, hot wire all the way around. Keep the predators out.
It must take a lot of wire, doesn't it?
Yeah, the fence is just a little over a mile around. So gonna take me 4 or 5 rolls, spools.
Have you ever done any judging in the Beagle trials, or?
Yes, I've been judging since now about 14, 15 years now.
Let me ask you a question. What do you look for in a Beagle when you're starting them out?
Well, they need to know their name. When you call them, you want them to come. And
Yeah, that's important.
yeah, very important, especially if you see a track or jump ahead and you can call them, they'll come over. And that's pretty important, and to mind and pay attention. And next thing is to get them to follow, and not too much mouth, just bark enough to keep the track going. And speed is really that much bigger factor. Medium speed's great. Just keep the hair moving, that's all.
Keep the hair moving, yeah, that's good. And of course, you don't want them to run any off game.
No. You have to watch them when they're young and make sure they don't get out of control. Don't let them run anything without correcting them on it. Once they do it a couple of times, and they think they can do it all the time, so you need to correct them with a tone or a shocking system.
Yeah, and what do you use to get them to come? How do you train them to come?
Well, it takes me about a week or so, and I start out with a tone. I see the dog, and I call it, and if it don't come, I tone it, and if it still don't come, I'll hit it with a little shock. It gets attention, then I call his name several times, and 9 out of 10 will come to you. And then they're pretty well trained to the tone after that.
After that, you can get them from longer distances.
Oh yeah, I can throw my dogs in a pen, and they can be 700-800 yards away, and I get ready to go home. I just tone them, they all come to the gate.
Yep. I'd like to say a couple of things about that. I've seen, I've got big dogs, and of course, Bill's got the Beagles, and I've seen in the pen myself, I've seen the reaction of the dogs, half a dozen dogs, driving a rabbit, and all of a sudden, they shut up, they don't say a word, and they're at his feet and following him about a quarter of a mile back to his truck without any issues of any kind. So when he says he's got them coming, he doesn't mean they come sometimes or maybe they come. They come all the time, every time, and I love that. So you like to see him jump a rabbit, you like to see him drive a rabbit, you like to see him go and do it right and show you the game.
Right.
So you've been doing this all your life, and you do training Beagles. Now let me ask you this about the pen. Do you ever have people come over and lease out the pen from you?
Oh yeah, once in a while a guy will lease it for a day. If you got a dog he's interested in breeding too, or got a female he wants to watch, or a male they're going to start out or whatever. But I mostly condition dogs for the public. They'll leave them for a month or two, and I basically get them in shape for the field trials or hunting, and I do start a lot of puppies, but it takes a little longer.
So if somebody wanted to start a pup, they could get a hold of you.
Yes.
And if somebody wanted to maybe look at a dog they were interested in breeding too, they could contact you and make arrangements to use the pen?
Yes.
And if they wanted to get a dog in the condition, maybe they were from out of state or even here in Maine, that they wanted to run for a while and get it in shape, they could come and see you to do that.
Yes.
And you also have a puppy pen. Tell us a little bit about that, Bill.
Yeah, I got probably a third or half an acre of puppy pen that I have mostly domestic rabbits in there to start puppies. I just like to get them to follow, and smell a little bit on scent, and then I put them on here.
And some sight chases?
Oh yeah, they sight chase, yes.
That's important, you think, to get them started?
Well, they need to know the name, they need to follow, and, that's just the few steps you need to get them started.
And then once they're started, they go to the big pen and away you go, huh?
Right.
Do you have a new addition that's in the process of being developed, and that's an electric top wire?
Yes.
How's that working out?
Well, I haven't got it completed yet. I'm probably half done. As we speak, we're working on it.
Yeah, and that's for what purpose, Bill?
To keep the bobcats out.
Keep the bobcats out. Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Bill, I appreciate you visiting with us today, and anything that you can think of that you'd like to add. You have a camp in there. We've got some video that we're going to put of your camp, and I can tell you one thing, that nobody works harder at keeping their pen in top condition than you do.
Thank you.
And I appreciate that, because it's been years now that I've literally started most of my big dogs in that pen. And when they leave that pen, they're ready to go.
Right.
And of course, what happens is once we switch over to the big game, these hounds stop bothering with rabbits. They just could care less about a rabbit, which works out great for me, and it's geographically, and it's a good location, and well, it's a wonderful pen to be in. So if anybody's got any opportunity to get a hold of Bill, I can give you the contact information. So if you need to put a puppy in there, or you want to see a dog that you're thinking about breeding to, there's a lot of opportunity. There's trails cut all through the pen, so you have a lot of visuals, and there's plenty of rabbits. So if you need to see something working, there's no better place in northern New England than there is right at Bill's pen. And by the way, people do come to your pen from all over New England, don't they, Bill?
Well, New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts,
So all
Rhode Island.
all over the Northeast and New England. So Bill, thanks again. And listen, folks, if you have the opportunity, please click on the bell for any updates. We appreciate your watching, and we hope you all have a wonderful day. Stay safe in this during this pandemic. And if you want some social distancing, there's no better place than Bill Dube's pen in Guilford, Maine. Have a great day.